Do you want to create epic YouTube videos and have a brilliant studio, but you just don't have thousands and thousands of dollars to buy all of the big expensive equipment that the best creators have? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create an epic YouTube studio that you can create amazing quality content with a budget of just $200. And we're going to do this in these 4 easy stages. First off, you need to think about video. Your video quality matters. Gone are the days when you could just use a cheap webcam or something really rubbish and the quality would suffer and people would still stick around to watch it. Video nowadays is leveling up so much with people using big expensive cameras, whether it's Sony or Red Raptor or Canon, people using $2,000, $3,000 cameras in order to get that 4K cinematic image. But nowadays, you don't really need to do that. You could just use your mobile phone, which is exactly what we're doing here. Now, I'm going to assume that most people nowadays on the planet has a mobile phone. Most people do. And if you're one of the rare people in the world that don't, well then, how are you even watching this video? Now, for the purpose of this, any phone over the last 2 or 3 years is gonna work for this. The iPhones, the Samsungs, the Googles, or any flagship phone is gonna work for this. Now, this is being filmed on the iPhone 15 Pro, and this is on cinematic mode. Now, the best thing about this is that it gives you that nice blurry background that you would otherwise have to spend thousands of pounds getting a professional camera and a professional lens to do. And nowadays, phones can do it in 4K at 30 frames per second and still achieve the same level of results. Now, look at this video and tell me, can you tell the difference between the iPhone 15 Pro in cinematic mode and a professional 4K quality camera? If you can, great, but would you say that it's $3,000 worth of difference? You can still achieve good quality results with this phone. So this isn't going to cost us anything on our budget because most people will have a phone, whether they've bought it outright anyway or whether they have it on a contract. That's a decision you're going to have to make for yourself, how you want to get the phone. But I would recommend upgrading or at least getting a half decent phone that's been out over the last 2 or 3 years. You haven't even got to get the 15 Pro. If you've got an iPhone, then get the 13 Pro or just the 13. That still produces amazing results. Samsung and Google, they also have amazing phones over the last 2 years. So if you don't want to splash out for the latest phone, then get one for the last year or two. But if you do want the latest phone, treat yourself, and then you get to double it up, not just as a phone scrolling endlessly through social media, but you get to utilize those cameras for what they were intended for. Now, next up is audio, and audio is a large part of your videos. You could have the best, most high-end cinema camera in the world, but if you've got terrible crackly audio that sucks, people are just going to swipe away or turn off your video and go and watch another one. So what you need is good audio to match that, and that's why you see a lot of big creators using professional microphones, much like this one here. But we're not going to use this one here because that's not on our budget. Now, on the iPhone 15 Pro, this is the in-camera audio you can hear right now. Now, it's decent, it's pretty good, you could probably work with it, but we're going to level that up, and this is the first thing we're going to spend on our budget, and we are going to use this. This is a Boya wireless lavalier mic that you can get from Amazon for £40. And it also comes with this, a wireless receiver that plugs straight into your phone. Now, this is the USB-C version because the latest iPhones have USB-C, and you can also use this for any Android phone. But when you go to buy it on Amazon, it also has a lightning option, so you can pick which one you want, lightning or USB-C, and then get the one that's right for your phone. Then you plug this directly into your phone and it auto connects, and then all you do is turn the wireless lavalier mic on, it's ready to go, and it is good to go for your audio. So this is what the iPhone 15 Pro sounds like straight out of the camera mic. And this is what the iPhone 15 Pro sounds like with the wireless lavalier mic. Now, is this the highest quality broadcast level audio in the world? No, it's not. But it is amazing quality for what you're paying. Just £40 or about $50, you can level up your entire phone audio and make it just sound so much more crisp and better. And all you have to do is plug the wireless receiver into your phone and then turn on the lavalier mic and you're good to go. It's ready to go straight out of the box. Now, one thing to note is that if you want to listen back to your audio, you have to unplug the wireless receiver because it blocks out the speaker on your phone. So you can't listen to your audio back with the receiver plugged in. You have to unplug it and then listen back to your audio. But this is our first purchase, $50 or about £40 in the UK, and you get yourself a professional lavalier mic, and it's pretty good. Right, now that we've got the video and the audio down, we need to think about lighting. You could have the best video and audio, but you need good lighting as well to really set the scene. So when it comes to lighting, you want to get a good quality light, but you don't want to break the bank, right? So you can get offerings from GVM or Amaran, who produce really high-end, really good quality studio lights, but they cost upwards of $1,000. This is a Neewer light, which I got off of Amazon. Neewer is a very good company, and this cost me about $70 for one light. It's a softbox light which produces a big white light, and it's got a bulb inside. Now, it only comes with one, but I found a better option for you, and this is a company called Andoer, and it's basically the same thing. It's on Amazon, and you get two lights instead of one. They're LEDs, which is a lot better, and you can change the color temperature from white to warm, and you can play around with it. So I wish I would have had that, because I'm a bit frustrated I didn't find that. But basically, you will get the same white light, or you can have a warm light, and you can have one side, one the other. You could just do one, and it can cast a shadow across your face like it does with me, so you get that little bit of a contrast, and you can play around with the look and see what works better for you. But I think this is a brilliant offering from Andoer, so I recommend you get that, and it fits nicely into our budget, and I'm going to drop a link for that below. So the last thing you need to do is create a nice scene, and it's just something that's just going to sit in the background like a bit of a prop, just to look good in the background, but that's not going to distract from the main subject. So I've got some options for you right here. So the first thing, as you can see, is this nice little stand here. If you look in some of my older videos, you will see that I used to have a white display cabinet in the back. Now the issue with that is that it was too bright and white, and it was up against a black wall, and I thought it distracted from the main subject. You want something that's just going to sit in the background, that's just going to look good in the background as a prop, that's not going to distract from the subject. So I got this. This cost me £40, which is about $50 odd on Amazon, and it took me literally 20 minutes to put together. It is not complicated. It didn't come with a 35-page instruction manual. It's literally really good to put together. This shelving unit, it's really good. And then the last thing I'm going to recommend is this light for your scene. Now this light was £15, which is probably about $25. I'll leave that actually on the screen, what it actually is. And this light just gives you a nice little contrast in the background that, again, doesn't distract from you, but it looks good. So, and then the last thing is just decorate it with some ornaments and some plants. So you don't have to buy these, just use what you've got around the house. So I've got a plant here, I've got my Iron Man statue, because I love Avengers. And just put some stuff up in the background that represents you, and just gives off the feel that you want for your video. And then once you put that all together, you've got a grand total of... I actually have to look this up because I don't know. 1 minute, please. Okay, so our grand total for our professional YouTube studio that we're filming this on right now is £159.92, which translates to $194.39. There we go. All of this is filmed on a $200 YouTube setup. You've got your phone as the main camera. You've got a $40 lavalier mic that plugs directly into your phone. You've got a softbox, which you can get, and you've got your scene in the background. Now, the light was included in the scene, not the rest of it, but like I said, just include the rest of your stuff, whatever's relevant to you and your personality in the rest of the scene behind me. But now let's compare studios and see which one you think is better. Let's have a comparison. So what you're watching right now is my $200 studio with my lavalier mic, and what you're watching right now is my professional studio that I normally film on with the professional microphone that I normally use. So look at these side by side. This is the audio and the video coming from the professional studio, and this is the audio now coming from our $200 studio setup. So look at these two videos side by side, and you tell me, which one do you think is better? And if one is better than the other, do you think the price difference warrants that? Like, for example, if you prefer the Sony one, which is my Sony professional camera that I'm filming on, and the professional microphone, if you prefer that, would you say that it's worth the £3,000 extra that would cost that? Or do you prefer the mobile phone one and you actually think that's better? This is a nice little hack that we're going to use to film our videos. Don't procrastinate and spend ages waiting for the right setup, saving for months to get a good camera, saving for months to get the right lens and the right professional microphone. Just use your phone, get a microphone that goes with it, and work on a budget of just $200. I challenge you to stick to this, and then you can film professional quality videos and footage that you can put on YouTube or for whatever content you're creating it for, and you can do it on a budget. And if you want to level up your home studio even more and you want to get a good quality gimbal to use with your mobile phone on the move, then click this video right here.